Let's proceed, sir. Now we continue on. On one hand, we are discussing the Russia-Ukraine issue, and on the other hand, there are ongoing events just south of us, alongside Israel's pandemic stance. Our northern neighbors are in a bad state. The southern events are also here. Now shown on the map are Hamamis Hill, Aziyah Hill, and Uveda Hill, marked with dots. These names are all included within the map. Balat Mountain and Labuna Hill. What are these? I will explain. Even though the Israeli army's withdrawal deadline is tomorrow, it is reported that they will remain at 5 sites in southern Lebanon. Israel maintains they will not pull out of Lebanon despite the previous establishment of a ceasefire agreement. Defying expectations, they persist in their attacks, yet remain obligated to eventually withdraw. They have been forbidden to enter Lebanon. Permission has been granted by the U.S. for Israeli troops to remain stationed at 5 strategic positions within southern Lebanon. Let us now unite these pieces of information. What kind of state is the U.S.? That a peace treaty was established here between Israel and Lebanon. The agreement was between Israel and Lebanon. Israel must leave these areas according to the agreement. Let me say it again. Hamamis Hill, Aziyah Hill, Uveda Hill, Balat Mountain, and Labuna Hill are all included. All Israeli soldiers must withdraw from wherever they are with him. The U.S. president reportedly stated that he permitted Israel so they might remain there. So it has become a country that seems to do whatever it wants, above agreements, and thinks of itself that way. Perhaps it has always been like this. They are now attempting to assert themselves in practice. Now they are sitting down with Russia in Riyadh and talking about peace with Ukraine. Quite interesting, right? The areas of Israeli occupation do not include residential zones, and it has been noted that there are points close to the border between Lebanon and Israel. This is said to be the softening part of the issue, stating that there are no settlements, and to avoid problems from Lebanon, Israeli soldiers will stay on the mountains and hills. On the other hand, it has been reported that the Israeli army will withdraw from all the settlements it occupies in southern Lebanon, starting tomorrow. Here, it is also said that we have granted permission to Israel for the hills, and they will leave the settlement areas, so do not make a fuss. Because I question how much they can retaliate here, I don't know how impactful they can be, but Hezbollah indicated that if they don't retreat, we will advance to a new phase. No information is available on how much longer the Israeli army will sustain its occupation of these 5 points in Lebanon. They probably won't share it. Let's mention this as well and immediately take a look at the related news together.
Israel has not followed the ceasefire agreement with Lebanon and is not fully withdrawing its military forces. Under the ceasefire agreement signed by both Israel and Lebanon, Israel was required to pull out from the southern part of the country within 60 days. The Netanyahu administration requested an extension, setting the final date as February 18th, but Israel again did not fulfill its promise. Although most soldiers have withdrawn, 5 strategic points in southern Lebanon have been excluded. With U.S. approval, it was announced that Israeli soldiers' presence near the border in Be'shtepe, Lebanon, would continue temporarily. The reason provided was that the Lebanese army was unsuccessful in stopping Hezbollah from returning to the area. President of Lebanon, Joseph Aoun, expressed a strong reaction to Israel's breach of the ceasefire. Aoun insisted on respecting the ceasefire, stating he wouldn't accept any Israeli presence on Lebanese land. Israel aims to extend the final withdrawal deadline to February 28th, and talks regarding this issue are still in progress. Lebanese displaced by Israel's occupation are desperate. They are waiting for the day they can return home. At the same time, a new shameful wall is going up in the Middle East. Israel is putting up a concrete wall on the Lebanese border.